Over here. It's time for below grade level. Get out your magnifying glass. We've got a mystery to solve.
Hello and welcome to Below Grade Level, the show where we take the books that we read as kids and read them as adults and ruin them. I'm one of your hosts, Jonathan Eaton. With me as always is Bekah Eaton.
Hello.
And Chris Zaleski.
Hello.
Hi. And joining us today for a brand new book adventure is returning champion Kelly Fuller. Hello, Kelly.
Bonjour.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, swimmingly.
Just kidding. I forgot to not ask that question. I don't ask that question anymore.
I know, I was expecting it and
yeah,
cringing, waiting for it.
I stopped asking you guys a while ago, and then I forgot that I should stop also asking the guests and just fucking get on with it.
It's bad.
Get on with it. It's bad.
It's all
Real
bad.
It's all bad.
I cried a bunch today. I have a tummy ache.
Yay!
Ready to podcast.
I've been going swimming every time I walk outside because it's 100 fucking degrees. It literally feels like the inside of a mouth, and I'm done. It's June.
It feels like someone is slowly smothering you to death with a wet towel.
It is kind of insane that summer literally waited until it was officially declared summer this year to just come in with a punch to the throat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We actually had a
It's
spring.
you wanted the last week of August in the middle of June, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we've actually
had.
had spring in a very long fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were kind of complaining in May. We're like, it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
It's kind of chilly. And then yesterday, I was like, I want to rip my
Little did we
skin
know.
off my skeleton.
And it's...
I had
Oh, sorry.
No, please go.
I
Please go.
was going to say, it's also rained every fucking weekend, since
Yeah.
April or something like that, which is really depressing. And then, I don't know, whoever paid the Etsy witch to get that to stop, I brought on this, take it back, let it rain.
Well, they've officially changed the saying to April showers bring May showers.
Yeah, it sucks. They did officially change that. I read that.
Shut up.
Yeah, I think it was on AP News.
Yeah, I read it on AP News. Actually, I read it on NPR, but they got it from AP News. I had therapy today, and my therapist was like, the first thing she said was, "How hot is it?" And I said, "It's 100 degrees." She's in South Carolina, I
I
think.
thought she was in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Same.
I don't know your therapist.
Well, she's in the same state as your therapist.
She's in Georgia then.
Okay, she's in Georgia. She was like,
Our
"I'm
therapists are friends.
Yeah. That's how I got my
wonderful.
therapist, was through your
I
therapist.
love that.
I wonder if
Yeah.
they talk about us.
And they're like, man, our two best clients.
Yeah, they're both so funny.
they're both
and
great.
they deal with their problems really well.
Do you have a third friend who's cheap and
I don't know.
not as good at it? Because I'll
But
take
yeah.
that one.
It was like, she was like, it's 83 degrees here.
my
She was
God.
like, I'm in the South and it's less hot than where you are. I'm like, yeah, it's fucked up.
It's crazy up here.
But anyway, Kelly, you are joining us for a brand new book, which means something awesome for you.
Okay.
It means you get to choose which book we're doing. 'Cause I have some choices for you.
Oh my god.
But before you choose, you're going to choose between several Nancy Drew books. And my
Okay.
question for you is, have you ever read Nancy Drew?
I have. I was gifted several as a child before anyone actually knew what I liked to read. And we eventually learned that Nancy Drew wasn't really it for me, but I do remember she had a best friend who was named George, and George was a girl, and I thought that was so cool.
That's fun.
Like Dead Like Me.
Sure.
Well, yeah. Forgot her name was George. Was it George or George?
It was Georgia, but they called her George.
Okay.
I think this might be the same.
I think
She has a real lady name, but she goes by George.
a real lady name.
That's awesome.
I think
Everyone
none of
secretly
us-
has a real lady name.
That's true. I think none of us have read Nancy Drew except for
No, I
you. Do you remember anything about it? Do you have any opinions aside from George?
No.
Or was it so long ago that it's just okay?
I think they were introduced to me a little too late is the thing. Not to toot my own horn, but I was kind of an advanced reader as a kid, and so I was already reading Agatha Christie by the time Nancy Drew found me, and so I was like, oh, this Nancy Drew, she's a real wet blanket. But
Oh no.
no, but I do. I just remember her being kind of tenacious.
Okay.
And it's not in a bad way. It's just she's not an old Belgian man. That was Nancy Drew's crime, to my memory. It was just like,
Yeah.
I
Her
already...
mustache was not existent.
No. But at least she didn't have the Kenneth Branagh one from the movies, because that one's incorrect.
Oh, is it?
Yes. It's like...
What's it supposed to be?
have you ever seen the old, like, BBC, like, David Suchet?
I
He's supposed to be a little
have.
guy.
I thought it was David Suchet.
I
but
could
I'm
be saying it
probably
wrong. I have never heard his name out loud. I just...
But he
read
actually
French.
adapted every written Poirot. Like, he ran out of shit to adapt, and then was just like, all right, I'm done playing Poirot.
I did them all, and I fucking nailed them. You said it's smaller?
Yeah, it's supposed to be just a little
Smaller
guy.
mustache. On a scale of mine to Kenneth Branagh's, where was it?
Less than yours.
Less than mine.
Yeah.
A little bit more John Waters,
Yeah.
but still with the curls.
Okay. Oh, okay. I can picture this. Interesting. Yeah, Kenneth Branagh really went for it with the mustache. And
He really
also,
goes for it with
I was
everything,
just
which
gonna-
is part of why I didn't watch that movie. I'm not a big fan.
I was
No.
just gonna say he really.
I
he
love
really-
the book, but
So, I looked up. We've never read Nancy Drew before, and so this is this is a gamble. This might be good. This might not be.
I will say, while
the
you're
most
doing
fun.
Computer fiddly bits,
I'm
my
talking while I'm-
grandmother loved
What are you
Nancy
talking
Drew.
about? This is part of the show.
My grandmother loved Nancy Drew,
Jesus Christ.
that's nice.
and it might have been the only thing she ever read.
Oh,
Oh.
oh man, my grandma read a lot. Last weekend we were out on the deck, and we were both reading. And oh, oops, I need to take my meds, and they're in the other room. I'm just gonna lie to this app and say I took them, so it doesn't get mad at me.
Okay.
We were smoking cigars and reading, and each had a drink, and I was like, this feels like something through my maternal lineage passed down, because this was all I ever saw my grandma do was smoke and drink and read.
That's right. That's so
all
funny.
hours of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. That was nice. I enjoyed that. Okay, so I have 3 options for you, and what I was saying before Chris interrupted me with his grandma story.
Yeah, who gives a shit about your grandma, Chris?
Wasn't even a story. It was a note. It was a footnote. My grandma loved Nancy Drew.
Footnote, I see. Full circle, books. I looked up, like, craziest Nancy Drews, because I wanted to make sure that we got something that had, like, something weird in it, or, like, something, I didn't want just, like, I'm a girl, and here's a mystery, and it's straightforward.
I feel like that's probably what they are, though.
What they are.
Oh, no,
I know. I didn't read
Bekah.
the descriptions.
You know
God,
how I get.
I'm so sorry.
He's on to something here. We just have to wait.
Jesus fucking Christ. So I have 3 for you, and I'm not going to describe them because I don't remember which one was which. I'm just going
a great
to.
reason.
I'm just gonna let you go off of the names and the covers. So first we have Nancy Drew
I want to see the covers.
in The Clue of the Tapping Heels.
It's the
Like
devil.
spiders.
Then we have. Let's see. Nancy Drew in The Crooked Banister.
Oh, I think I've read that one.
Oh my god.
What is that cover?
Look at him. Oh, look
Okay,
at him.
okay.
Hold on. I need to take a picture in case we don't do it.
I was telling Bekah beforehand that I couldn't remember which one of these featured a robot butler, but I think based off of the cover of this
Oh,
one, I
he's
think it might be this one.
It looks
You're
like
right.
Marvin from the 80s BBC Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh, my God,
Oh, man.
She's beautiful.
Oh, do you know how unobservant I am? I pulled these links earlier and I didn't see that picture.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
What?
I saw that for the first time with all of you, and it's really great. Okay, and then lastly, although I don't even know why I'm showing this to you, because this one's got a robot in it. Lastly, we have Nancy Drew and the Mystery of the Moss-Covered Mansion.
Okay.
So, Kelly, which one is striking you the most?
I gotta go with the robot, to be honest.
Hell yes.
But the craziest thing about that is, like, I know I read that one. And I actually,
read
I'm
that
pretty
one?
sure I read that moss-covered because you're showing me the covers, and I had the books that had these covers. But I don't remember, like, much about them because I'm pretty sure, like I said,
Yeah.
I think by the time, like, they had been gifted to me, I'd kind of, like, moved on to, like, crazier stuff. And so I kind of, like, glossed through them. But I do remember that I remember both of these covers, actually.
Amazing. Okay, well, I'm going to buy this book on Kindle.
48 of 163.
Yeah, there's so many. I was gifted like 20. I want to say an aunt gave me just like a whole stack of them. And like part of me kind of wishes now looking at these covers that I had kept them just because of how insane some of them kind of are. But
The covers are awesome.
yeah.
The covers are they're very. The other thing was, like, we were looking this up before we started recording, because typically everything that we read on this show is from like mid 80s to mid 90s. We've branched out a little bit. Fearless that we read was from like
I think it was from 99.
99, and that was still fucking great. But we knew that these were older, and my guess was the 60s, and your guess was
The 40s.
And then we looked it up, and Nancy Drew started in 1930.
This
This
is
one
shit
is-
my grandma read.
That is when that's when the first Nancy Drew book came out, which is crazy.
Oh, that would have been the time to bring up my grandma. Yeah, you'll
You're
figure
so
it out
mad
in the
that
edit.
You knew.
That I yelled at you.
You'll figure it out in the edit.
Like I'm gonna edit. All right, let's go to my Kindle. Read now. Nope. Let's find Kindle.
So
Chris
this
Vamp.
says Carolyn Keene wrote this one, but one of the other ones that you had about the tapping shoes looked like it had a different author that had like 3 last names. So what's
Yeah.
the story on that?
That is a great question, and I don't know. But Becca might be on the case.
Really
I
love
can't see Kelly right now,
podcasters.
but I bet you Kelly is also Googling frantically.
Yes, yes. I really love how well researched this show is.
Welcome to Below Grade Level, where we do our research in real time.
Hey, the only research I do for a podcast is my Dreamcast podcast. You come on Below Grade Level for the spur of the moment nonsense.
That's what you're here for, folks. You're here for the spitball nature.
We have literally gotten comments about this show that people like our tangents.
What I love about them is how bad they are at it.
I was gonna
What
say,
I
like,
love
podcasting with you guys is just oops, all tangents.
Yeah.
It really is, though. You know, what I love about them is the lack of professionalism and no research. They'll just say stuff, and they don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. We listen to Basement Yard, and like those guys literally straight up don't fucking know almost
Oh,
anything.
they don't know anything.
They will just say shit. And that is, I love that podcast, but that is one of the most frustrating podcasts to listen to because I will yell at the speakers when they will say something. I'm like, no!
And they're sweet little idiot goofballs. So looking at Wikipedia, I did not find the answer to our
No.
questions, but I did find a cover of one from 1986 that looks like it's from Sweet Valley High.
Oh, damn!
I can't see if the camera's
Oh,
getting
like
this
they
at all.
updated the cover?
It's like a girl in a bathing
No, it might
suit.
just be
It's
from
very
1986.
80s. I mean, it is from 1986.
Yeah.
It's a good year.
I
It
wouldn't
is a good
know.
year.
Yeah, Aliens came out.
Kelly wasn't even alive.
No, not even cooking.
Some cool people were born, though.
Not even cooking.
A few.
I was 2. I was already around, and I was probably pooping myself.
At 2?
You probably still do that at 2,
I
right?
actually, as I said it, I was like, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Do 7-year-olds wear diapers? Maybe. I
No
don't
clue.
know. I have no fucking idea.
I know. The only thing I know for sure is I probably was drinking chocolate milk because apparently that was the only way that my mom could get me to drink milk out of a bottle was to put chocolate in it, and that explains a lot about my personality. Nancy Drew and what was it? The Crooked Banister that we're reading?
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Chapter 1.
Wait, I kind of have some information for you.
Oh, okay.
on-
Okay,
on-
please.
and this is just barely me looking at Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
they were written by various writers. It says all under the pen name Carolyn Keene.
Oh.
This says consistent with other Stratemeyer Syndicate properties, so I don't know if that was a publishing house or like a writing group or whatever. They basically had like writers and ghostwriters sign away all their rights and future royalties to them. In the early days, ghostwriters were paid a fee of $120.
For one book?
Yeah.
Well, in 1930, that's like $5 billion.
So Edward Stratemeyer and his daughters Harriet Adams and Edna Stratemeyer Squire wrote most of the outlines for the series until 1979. So they would write the outlines and then give it to ghostwriters.
Okay.
All right, Charlie, we need you to crank out a new Drew. Here's an outline.
Become a what?
How do you become a squire?
You marry someone whose last name is Squire? I mean, that's just their last name.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking Esquire.
Esquire?
What is it? Yeah,
I
what's
think
that?
you have to become a lawyer.
Oh, that's a lawyer?
Yeah.
Did not know. Didn't know.
There's also someone named
lawyer, so.
Mildred Wirt Benson.
She seems to be
WIRT.
the first person who had the pseudonym. That's what I'm finding.
Mildred?
It says most of the early volumes were written by Mildred.
Yeah, she wrote like 25 of the first 30. It looks like,
if
23.
you told me, if you told me that the Nancy Drew books in the 1930s were written by a woman named Mildred, I'd be like, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Of course they were. But I was also thinking, I'm not surprised that they were like a bunch of writers, because it literally, the series, I don't think it's still going, but it went from like 1930 to like 2021.
Yeah.
Like, then there's over 600 Nancy Drew books. It's big. It's very big. Let's find out if it's good, though. Chapter 1, The Zigzag House. All right.
I'm still seeing the Amazon webpage.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what? For real?
Yep.
I see it over there.
Oh, no, guys. Oh, no.
You fucked it up.
You know what I'm doing?
What were we saying about professionalism?
It's out the window. It's out the window. I was sharing my browser window and not my Kindle window.
Idiot.
I know.
Your Kindle.
I was not sharing my Kindle. Chapter 1, The Zigzag House. Do you have any plans for... No, that's Marco. It's okay. I gotta get out of Animorphs. I gotta
more
stop
Marco.
being Animorphs.
Don't bring up Animorphs in my presence, please.
I did. There's a reason. Kelly, I did not ask you to be a guest on that last book because we've punished you too many times with Animorphs.
I'm literally
That
still
last book
thinking
was
about
awesome.
the digestive system of people going from human to Animorph. Like, that's gonna haunt me until I die.
We've talked about it every Animorphs book since and have not come any closer to an answer.
Never stop. Although, honestly, though, the last one was really great. Kelly, there was a moment
It was really good.
where I think it was Marco. One of the kids was driving a pickup truck and needed to morph into something, but he didn't want to stop driving the pickup truck, so he morphed into a gorilla, and the gorilla just kept driving the pickup truck. And then
great.
he hit an elephant.
What?
Which was his friend.
Who was his friend?
Who had
Who had
amnesia.
Oh my god.
It was really good.
Art.
It
At
was
one
really
point,
good.
she turned into a bear and got her paws chopped off.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And she had amnesia and
That's what
didn't
we
know
said.
why she could turn into animals. So every time she turned into an animal, she's like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Wait, so when she got her paws chopped off, did she just not have hands after that? Or
No.
She had hands. No, she.
Oh, well-
well, that was my question.
Yes.
Is she gonna come back without hands? But
Yeah.
no, she came back with hands.
You heal when you morph.
okay.
You heal when you morph, but what happens to your poop?
That's...
What happens to your digestive tract?
I don't
I'm gonna be on my deathbed in like
Don't know.
20 years.
Yeah.
Where does the poop go?
You're gonna pull the space priest close to you, and you're gonna say, "What about the poop?" And then you're gonna die.
He'll say,
And then the
"I don't
space priest
fucking
will
know."
whisper, "No one knows."
No one knows.
But also Animorphs are real.
Yeah, it's so far in the
It'll
future
be
we
Visser
met
3.
the Hork Bajir.
Yeah. We'll be an Andalite.
We gotta stop talking about Animorphs. This is Nancy Drew, guys.
Oops, all tangents.
Yeah, we're not even one sentence in.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Do you have any plans for the next few days, Nancy? Carson Drew asked his daughter as she walked into their living room. No, not especially, the attractive girl replied.
Gross.
Off to the races. Smoothing back her reddish blonde hair, some might call it strawberry, she sat down beside him on the long sofa. She added eagerly, Daddy,
Daddy.
is there something I can do? Is there something I can do for you? For instance, solve a mystery? Awesome,
What?
I love it already.
Is that what it says?
It's exactly what it says. That's awesome.
As I recall, she solves like real crimes. It's not like the mystery of who stole my homework. It's like she's like literally
like a
looking
murder.
for like kidnappers and stuff. Like
Is her dad a
Tired ass
cop?
police chief is
don't
like,
know.
all right, bring in the girl.
Bring in the girl.
This would be amazing if it was the first book, and that was.
I don't think it is. No, I think
it's not the first.
no,
Mr. Drew, tall, handsome, and a
Wow, this is a
leading
hot family.
and a leading attorney in River Heights, chuckled. In a way, it is a mystery. Mr. and Mrs. Melody, who live in town, have been swindled by a Mountainville man named Rawley Banister. Yeah, I love everything about this so far.
That's what the Crooked Banister means.
It's a double entendre. They want me to drive up there and put in a claim against him. I understand he was arrested on a similar charge. For a moment, I was like, oh, it's her dad. I should have done the dad voice we normally do. But if he's like...
It's nice to hear a new voice, though.
It's nice to hear a new voice, and also, like, he's just like a, like, hot lawyer. Like, I'm not going to
Yeah,
do
the Coraline dad voice
I can't do
doesn't
the,
work for
like,
that.
oh, Nancy.
I'll
Like,
tell you
yeah.
exactly what voice you're doing.
Yeah, what's up?
Gregory Peck and To Kill a Mockingbird.
Okay. I'm not going to think too hard about it, because when I do, it's going to turn into something else.
Yep.
Is he in jail, Daddy? I don't know what
Because you can't read the word daddy in any other voice.
Oh no, he ad-libbed Daddy.
Oh, yeah, it has not said Daddy.
Never mind. Wait, what about Mr. Bannister? Too much information happened too
You
quickly.
just set that notepad on fire.
Mr. Bannister, bad guy?
Mr. Bannister swindled Mr. and Mrs. Melody in Mountainville. Oh, wait, no. He's from Mountainville. They're from River Heights.
He's a Mountainville man.
He's a Mountainville man
Swindled people.
with a Mountainville plan, and he's going to swindle all the
right.
melodies across the land.
Oh my god.
Is he in jail? Nancy inquired. Her father shook his head. He's out on bail, and I didn't mean to rhyme.
Jesus Christ.
Daddy, you hinted that I might help you for the next few days. I take it you plan to stay in Mountainville. Correct. This is how I talk to my child. I wanted Mr. and Mrs. Melody to accompany me, but he can't get away at this time. Nancy's mouth puckered teasingly, and her eyes twinkled. Mrs. Melody is going, though.
Thank
Thank you. Mrs. Melody is going, though, and you want me to make a threesome. Just gonna leave that one hanging.
Can't believe I thought I was too good for these books when I was a kid.
Mr. Drew grinned and said, I thought you'd be interested in seeing Rawley Banister's fantastic home. He designed the house himself. What's fantastic about it? Nancy asked. I guess
Made
just
out
about...
of banisters.
Oops, all banisters.
Oops, all banisters!
All the way down.
I guess just about everything. The house is on a wooded hilltop surrounded by a moat. Holy shit!
Oh my god, this is too much fucking exposition immediately.
And there's a robot in this. What are we gonna do?
I'm dying already. Like a castle? Nancy commented. Mr. Drew nodded. Mm-hmm. People around there say the water in the moat sometimes catches fire. What? Is it kerosene? Nancy gave her father a hug. I can hardly wait to start. When do you want to go? Tomorrow morning, directly after breakfast. They talk to each other, not like a father and daughter.
How old is she also? I want to know immediately.
That's a great question. I'll look it up while you read.
Okay. That doesn't leave me much time to decide what clothes to take, Nancy remarked. She hurried upstairs to her bedroom and packed some summer knits. When the suitcase was filled, she went to the kitchen to help the Drews' housekeeper prepare supper.
Summer Knits is my Beach Boys cover band.
Oh boy. Hannah Gruen was a lovable woman who had lived with Nancy and her father since the death of Mrs. Drew when Nancy was only 3 years old.
What?
As the young detective walked into the kitchen, Mrs. Gruen said, "Your father mentioned you two are taking a trip. Do be careful, my dear. You always start out solving mysteries with the idea you'll be perfectly safe, and you always end up getting into hot water."
18.
18?
Yes.
I thought she was a child.
No,
I thought Nancy Drew was like 12 years old.
Nope, she's 18.
All right, damn.
I think you're thinking of Harriet the Spy.
No, I was thinking of Nancy Drew. Nancy smiled. How true Hannah's statement was. She said, "I'll be as careful as possible." Then she told the housekeeper why they were going. "A swindler, eh?" Mrs. Gruen remarked. "The world is full of them, and they always get caught in the end. Why do they do such things?"
If only.
I love this. I love this book.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Nancy did not comment. She agreed, but was thinking that if there were no swindlers, there would be fewer mysteries for her to solve. Ugh, there's a gnat. The following morning, Nancy and her father set off in her convertible. In Nancy's convertible?
In her convertible? The Nancy Mobile.
Damn. How much money does she make solving mysteries?
The Drew Mobile.
The Drew Mobile. Mr. Drew drove to Mrs. Melody's home and strode quickly up the front walk to carry down the woman's suitcase. Wait. Was it in Mrs. Melody's convertible? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
She was in her early 40s and very pretty. Another hot person.
Fantastic.
Mr. Drew introduced her and suggested that she and Nancy sit in the rear seat. "Mrs. Melody, will you explain to my daughter how you were swindled?" Drink every time they say swindle. Mrs. Melody said that a good-looking man who called himself George Ryder had sold the Melodies a piece of land in Arizona. It had turned out to be an Indian reservation. Foolishly, we had only looked at maps the man had and fancy booklets showing beautiful homes surrounded by lovely bushes and flowers. Later, my husband had business in Flagstaff and went to see our new piece of property.
It was then that he discovered the swindle. Nancy was puzzled. "You said the man's name was George Ryder? I thought the one who sold you the land was Rawley Banister."
Oh, I thought you were saying like Raleigh.
Oh, like
Not
North
Raleigh.
Carolina?
Yeah.
Raleigh.
I wrote Raleigh.
Sorry.
And I have no more space to scribble.
I'm so sorry.
Let's just
you're
cross it out.
Actually, you're right. When my husband tried to locate this George Ryder, he found the man had vanished. Just recently, I happened to pick up the local newspaper, and there was his picture. Only his real name was Rawley Banister, and he'd been arrested. Nancy remarked that he was out on bail. So no actual dialogue, just
Nope, that's
she
just
remarked
what she
on
did.
that. True, Mrs. Melody replied. That's why your father and I thought we would go directly to the man's home in Mountainville, which had been mentioned in the article. We'll confront him with the fake deed, giving us title to the land.
Not go to the police? You're just gonna
Yeah.
go to his house and be like, "Swindler!"
Wait, what land do you think it'll give you the title to? It was probably a fake title.
Yeah,
Or fake land.
he just took your money.
Or like you
Mr.
can't sell Indian reservation land.
Yeah. Not unless you're the government.
Mr. Drew added, and put in a claim at once for the Melodies to get back their money. 2 hours later, they drove into Mountainville, a pleasant tree-shaded village with smart-looking shops and a motel. Mr. Drew stopped to ask a traffic policeman directions to the Rawley Banister house. The officer looked surprised, but without comment gave the information. After riding along streets lined with attractive homes, Mr. Drew turned into a hilly driveway marked private and started up the steep slope. Woods on both sides of the road completely concealed the house until they were within 1,000 feet of it. "What a crazy-looking and scary place!" Mrs. Melody exclaimed. Nancy added, It's a real zigzag house.
What?
That, like from the beginning of the chapter.
But like, you know that old saying.
Yeah.
The large building was made of field stone and lacked symmetry. Several walls had ugly protrusions. Other walls were at a slant.
Is it like the Winchester Mystery House?
I think so.
Rising
Rising above the 2 stories were 3 slanting chimneys and a center tower with a windowed turret.
It's a slanty shanty.
God, I want a house with a windowed turret.
Yeah.
Beyond the parking area was a moat. The callers got out of the car and walked across a narrow steel bridge that had no
Oh,
railings.
fuck that.
Between the moat and the building was a poorly kept lawn and a few bushes.
That was
all of
longer
them-
than you needed to pause.
Not on my screen. All of them in grotesque shapes of unbalanced geometric figures.
I wonder if the inside is as kooky as the outside, Mrs. Melody said.
God, I hope so.
Me too.
It's gotta be.
There's a fucking robot in there.
The 3 walked up to the massive wooden front door, which had a large tarnished knocker, but no bell. Mr. Drew lifted the knocker. Almost at once, a voice from inside said, "Mr. Banister is not home. Come back some other time." The message was repeated, and Nancy figured it was a recording.
It's the robot.
Yes.
Gotta be.
That was a good robot voice, though, then.
It was.
It
Not
was,
knowing
yeah.
that's probably what that is.
Like a British robot would be perfect.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to do as we were told, Mr. Drew said, grinning.
My mic was muted, but I laughed an embarrassing amount at tarnished knocker.
I was very surprised that the word knocker was said twice and no one...
Me too. And I
No one
almost
said
said
anything.
something, and then I was just like, Kelly will say something.
I was, but my mic was
waiting
muted.
for Chris to say
somebody
something.
to say something.
Yeah.
We all
My mic was muted because I was opening another beer, and then I had to like snap my head to the left and see if my mic was muted.
There's knockers as far as the eye can see.
all let
Tarnished
each other down.
knockers. Them knockers have some city miles.
My face
I
already
almost
hurts.
died, is what I'm saying.
Oh man, those knockers almost killed you.
What a way to go.
As the disappointed callers walked across the bridge, Nancy gazed down into the water and wondered if the story about it being on fire at times was a myth. But such a phenomenon would certainly fit with the strange place, she thought. When they returned to town, Mr. Drew pulled into the grounds of the Rupert Motel and went inside to inquire about rooms. A few minutes later, a boy escorted them up an outside stairway to a balcony. The 3 rooms assigned to them were in the center and overlooked the parking area. "I'll meet you 2 in the lobby," Mr. Drew said. "I have an errand to do." Nancy and Mrs. Melody partially unpacked, then went downstairs together. They walked around the motel, which was surrounded by artistic flower beds. By the time they reached the lobby, Mr. Drew was there. At once, Nancy detected a worried look on his face. Ah, that's the detective work.
She's a good detective. Yeah.
"Daddy, is anything the matter?" she asked.
I was hoping.
"Daddy." Her father nodded. "I've just been talking to the desk clerk. He tells me that Rawley Banister has jumped bail and disappeared." "What?"
Why is that highlighted?
I would also like to know.
24 people.
We got to remember
I
this.
can't forget this detail.
"What?" Mrs. Melody cried in dismay. "Then our trip has been in vain?" "Perhaps not," the lawyer replied. "The clerk told me that Rawley has a sister in town named Mrs. Carrier. She lives in the old family homestead."
Oh, there's a picture.
Let me see.
Oh.
Chris, you're the one that usually describes things.
All right.
It looks like a broken down
So ain't nothing zigzaggy about that.
ruin.
Oh wait,
So-
yeah. Oh shit, that's the. Oh god, it looks like a piece
It's
of shit.
It's like a really shitty picture depicting what was just described.
Yeah, I was
What was
picturing a much
just
nicer
described
house.
was way
Yeah.
more like elegant and crazy looking. This looks like an old like a adobe house.
Yeah, this looks like someone
Yeah.
pooped out the Alamo.
like they're in the Southwest. Pooped out the Alamo.
There's
Yeah.
no
Losing our
bathroom in
minds
the
over
Alamo.
here.
And then pinched it off right at the top.
That's why I had to poop it out here.
Yeah.
And it looks like the gate they walked through, a person couldn't walk through comfortably. It looks like the top of it is about, I want to say, 18 inches wide, and the bottom's 24 inches wide, which
really-
makes no sense.
This really looks like at the top of the building. The way they described the window turret, and Bekah was like, "Oh, I've always wanted a window turret." It looks like someone read window turret. And they're like, "I don't fucking know."
It looks like one of the abandoned, like, Confederate forts from
Yeah.
Red Dead 2.
Oh my god, it does.
Yeah.
There's literally like a shitty looking castle turret on
I took
top.
a picture so you can pop it into TikTok in
Thank
case
you.
you clip this.
Oh my god.
The foreground is way better than the background. The
Well, yeah, the
foreground
art-
shows Father Drew and Daughter Drew, and then the lady that hired them.
Mrs. Melody.
That looks fine. Clearly, it's
Do you think she'll
convertible.
ever get a first name?
Mrs. Melody? Mm-hmm. No,
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, that's what a picture.
The artist definitely ran out, like, used up everything drawing the people, and then was like, I don't know, this piece of shit. Why would you call that a zigzag house?
Even
I'm
the
sorry.
door looks slanted. How's a robot
Yeah,
supposed
it
to
could
live in that
look
place?
more rectangular.
Yeah. Okay. And there's
It
little.
looks like a building in a survival video game that some player would just put no effort into.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
looks like when I'm playing
Oh.
Fallout 4, and I'm
I
just
was
like,
gonna say it looks like when I'm playing Fallout 4. You make really nice looking stuff. I make a bunch of big open rectangles.
sometimes I do that when I'm lazy.
Well, I'm always lazy, and I always do that.
Oh man, so that's the Drews and Mrs. Melody and Preston Garvey's house. It's a Fallout joke.
That took me a second.
Do you think she knows where her brother is? Nancy queried. I doubt it, Mr. Drew replied. Furthermore, Mrs. Carrier and another brother from the same mother, named Thomas, put up the bail money. How dreadful for them! Mrs. Melody exclaimed. Mr. Drew continued. I think we'd better have some lunch. It's nearly 2:30, and that's when the dining room closes.
What?
What? Okay. There was little conversation during the meal. All were disappointed by the turn of events. They figured that before Rawley Banister vanished, he had set the tape recorder to announce he was not at home. Do you think that we can get inside the house? Nancy asked. I hope so, her father answered. We might pick up a clue there to his whereabouts. Do you mind if I read this next page since it was covered by a shitty drawing? Mr. Drew telephoned Mrs. Carrier. After hearing the story, she suggested that the trio come to her home that evening. I prefer not to discuss my brother and his affairs on the telephone, she said.
Is that written in all caps?
No. Of course, Mr. Drew replied. Is 8 o'clock a good time? That would be fine. Promptly at 8, Mrs. Melody and the Drews reached the Carrier home. A short, rather stout, sweet-faced woman opened the front door. She invited them in, and then, to the surprise of the Drews, cried out, Joyce Johnson! At the same moment, Mrs. Melody exclaimed...
Joyce Johnson? Like a person's name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So okay.
Is the robot named Joyce?
Keep going.
She invited them in, and then, to the surprise of them, cried out Joyce Johnson. And at the same moment, Mrs. Melody exclaimed, Sally Bannister! I never connected you with Rawley Bannister, even though that's a fucking crazy last name.
Yeah, like, how many fucking Bannisters do you know?
I know several Bannisters.
How many
across the
Bannisters
land.
do you know that are not like butlers?
Yeah. The two women embraced.
Well, her last
Okay.
name is Carrier.
So I'm guessing
Mary.
Joyce
Yeah.
is
Mrs.
Joyce
Melody.
is Mrs. Melody.
Yes. Okay. The two women embraced. No wonder! We always called him Jack.
Who? Wait.
Oh,
what?
Rawley. What the fuck? What?
This does feel
Yeah.
like very of this era, though, where everybody has nicknames that don't have anything to do with their actual
Yeah.
names.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Jonathan Eaton, but people call me Thomas.
I have great uncles where, like, one of them was born as Joe, but because, like, one of the other ones, their, like, confirmation name was Joseph, they called him Joe and forgot the other one was named Joe, and they had, like, a different name for him.
And it was, like,
really
Mike.
It makes sense. To me, at least.
Mrs. Melody turned to the Drews and introduced them to her boarding school classmate of years ago. We'd completely lost track of each other. Mrs. Carrier graciously acknowledged the introduction and then said a bit sadly, I'm sorry, Joyce, and I had not met again under such adverse circumstances. Have met again. I'm sorry, Joyce, and I have met again under such adverse circumstances, but do come in and we'll talk. Sorry, I am not following who's talking. It's hard to keep track of. The Drews had been afraid Mrs. Carrier would be very guarded in her remarks and they would find out little, but now, learning that her schoolmate was a client of Mr. Drew, she talked freely. Rawley has always been a problem to our family, she told them. Time and time again we helped him out of scrapes. Finally, the police caught up with him and he was arrested on a swindling charge. As you already know, my brother Thomas and I put up bail and now we'll lose all that money. But this did not keep Rawley from disappearing. We have no idea where he is. Mrs. Carrier went on to say that she had a feeling her brother did not intend to come back. He mailed me a note and a key to his front door. None of the family have ever been inside the place. We were never invited.
Okay, wait, hold on. If they're like schoolmates and they knew of this Rawley as Jack, wouldn't they have met? Or I guess maybe if they were only in boarding school together, but I just feel like
if it was an all-girls boarding school, then she wouldn't have met his brother.
Yeah, she's probably just like, my brother Jack, whatever, is a dick.
My brother Jack Bannister. And then you find out that the dude that swindled you is named Rawley Bannister, and you're just like,
last name.
I know too many Bannisters. It could be any of them.
This place is lousy with Bannisters.
Nancy asked, were the contents of the note something you don't wish to reveal? Oh, not at all, Mrs. Carrier answered. Rawley said, I dare you to find the Crooked Banister. Like, capitalized.
Awesome.
Sorry I disgraced the family. You are now in charge of everything.
What?
Incredible.
Sorry I disgraced the family.
Sorry.
If I ever disgrace my family, I'm 100% just going to run away and mail a note. And just say, sorry I disgraced the family. Bye.
If I ever have a shitload of money, I'm going to put my family through something like this.
The Crooked Banister? Nancy queried. Mrs. Carrier gave a wan smile. My brother used to refer to himself as the Crooked Banister. And each time he said it, he would laugh.
Self-aware.
The rest of us didn't think it was funny. She told Mrs. Melody, Thomas and I will certainly repay you for every penny you lost. Before Mrs. Melody could object, her friend changed the subject and said, would you people like to go out to Rawley's house tomorrow morning? Oh, I thought that's where they were.
I don't know why
I'm confused about
saying you people.
They didn't have the
made me
key
laugh.
then.
People.
No, me too. What do you mean, you people?
Yeah.
What do you mean, you people?
Oh, yes, Nancy replied. It was arranged that they would call for Mrs. Carrier about 10 o'clock. Then, seeing that their hostess looked weary, the visitors left. On the way back to the motel, they heard fire sirens. When they reached the Rupert Motel, all were astonished by what they saw. The motel's on fire,
Oh my
Mrs.
God.
Melody cried out. The smoke seems to be coming from our rooms.
Oh, no.
As they turned into the grounds, the police stopped them. Mr. Drew explained that they were staying there and he believed the fire was in their rooms. Sorry, but you can't go any farther, a police officer said firmly. The firemen had dragged long hoses up the balcony stairs and inside the bedrooms. It seemed strange to Nancy that all 3 rooms should be on fire at once and that none of the adjacent ones were. It was soon evident that the contents were either burned or water-soaked. I'm afraid everything is ruined, Nancy said woefully.
My summer knits.
My summer knits! All I have are my spring knits. What's worse, her father added, the copies of the deed and the other papers to prove our claim against Rawley Banister were in my briefcase. God, I wonder who did it. Mrs. Melody gasped. And the originals were in my luggage.
Oh, no!
Oh, yes.
I'm so excited for you.
Chapter 2. The Robot. Maybe we can save the papers, Nancy burst out. She rushed up to one of the firemen and asked if he could possibly retrieve the luggage. He shook his head. Not a chance of its being any good. Hold on. That's
What?
That's a sentence.
He's got a regional dialect.
I don't know where they are.
So let's just say Boston.
All right. Not a chance of its being any good. But the fire is out. I'll ask the chief if you can go to your rooms. He called up to the balcony and repeated Nancy's request. The chief looked down. It's safe enough now, but there's a lot of water damage. Mrs. Melody and the Drews hastened up the stairway. First, they came to Mr. Drew's room. He looked inside and exclaimed, My briefcase is gone. How terrible, Nancy said. Mrs. Melody hurried along the balcony while Nancy stepped into her bedroom. Nothing seemed to be missing, but her suitcase was wide open. Every bit of clothing in it was soaked, as well as the dresses hanging in an alcove. Boy, I hope it's water. What a mess this is, she murmured. The next moment she heard Mrs. Melody coming back. In an excited voice, the woman said, The papers concerning the property are missing. They must have been stolen. The fire chief looked at the three visitors quizzically, then called over a police inspector. I'm trying to figure out who's talking. Let's go police voice. I suspected this incident was an incendiary act. Now these people say certain belongings of theirs have been stolen. There's no doubt in my mind that the thief had set the three blazes. The Drews exchanged questioning glances. A suspicion was forming in their minds. The inspector asked, Have you folks any particular enemies?
Not that we know of, Mr. Drew replied, but the stolen papers related to a case on which I'm working. My father is a lawyer, Nancy added.
My daddy.
My daddy is a lawyer.
My daddy's a lawyer.
The inspector made no further inquiries, but he wrote down Mr. Drew's name and address in case he wanted to get in touch with him. After the fireman had left and the motel manager had assigned Nancy, her father,
I'm sorry, Kelly, real quick. Like, Becca and Chris got up, so it's just you and me, but also it looks like Dusty is just podcasting with us. Do you see it? Can you see him?
I can! Oh my god! Bye, Dusty!
I'm gonna read Nancy Drew. I'm just a little cat, but I'm gonna podcast. Okay, go on.
Your voices. Do I keep reading when they walk away?
Oh, yeah. We walk away all the time.
Okay. It's been a minute. Where was I? Oh, okay. After the fireman had left and the motel manager had assigned Nancy, her father, and Mrs. Melody to rooms in another section, the three went to the lobby and sat down to discuss what had happened. I hate to say this, Mrs. Melody spoke up, but I suspect Rawley Banister was the one who stole the papers and set the fires.
What?
Nancy agreed, but her father pointed out, there's a possibility it could have been a Confederate of his. A Confederate?
Confederate?
Are they in the
Like
South?
Like a crony.
Yeah. Like a... What? Okay.
It's old-timey talk.
Yeah. A Confederate.
Mrs. Melody, suddenly realizing her night clothes had been burned, said she wondered if any shops in the motel or in town might still be open. Nancy...
I'll have to sleep in the nude.
I can't wear my day clothes to bed. That's just untoward. It's not toward.
I can't have my knockers flapping about.
My tarnished knockers in the brains.
I couldn't unmute my mic in time to make that joke. My poor tarnished knockers.
You need to start giving these episodes titles so this one can be called Tarnished Knockers.
Tarnished Knockers, yeah.
Nancy asked the desk clerk and learned that a small department store up the street did not close until 12. Since the most popular
Midnight?
section...
A.M.?
Yeah, this is a party town.
What? The fuck? Okay,
This
go
is
on.
a sophisticated town. We do all of our crime in the daytime.
Sears and Roebuck is really hopping at night.
The 24-hour Sears and Roebuck.
Yeah.
Since the most popular section of the shop was the soda counter, which was filled with young people, the Drews assumed that was the main reason for its being open late. Oh, so if you guys had shut the fuck
Okay.
up, we would have gotten
Yep.
the answer.
That's usually what happens,
Yep.
and we'll never learn our lesson.
Yeah.
No, don't
I don't remember
learn.
that ever happening before.
It's usually at least me who does that the most, I
Yeah.
think. So I was happy that it wasn't
I always,
just me.
you do that with these books, and I do that with movies.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's our superpower, and it's
Yeah.
not helpful.
I love it. The trio were able to purchase necessities to tide them over the night. In the morning, they could buy other articles. When they returned to the motel, Mrs. Melody said she was going to bed at once. Nancy asked her father to accompany her to the burned-out rooms. Maybe we can pick up a clue, Nancy added. When they reached Mr. Drew's former room, they found a police detective at work there. He said he had located a number of fingerprints, but doubted any of them belonged to the burglar. The Drews did not find a clue either in any of the rooms and walked onto the balcony. As Nancy stood looking out over the parking area...
Why? I found I'm sorry. I found a bunch of fingerprints. Probably not the burglars, though.
It's
Why?
a motel.
Why? But why would you just say nah? It's probably not the burglars. Anyway,
Housekeeping doesn't wipe all the
Maybe
fingerprints.
it was all in the bathroom, and everything else was burnt up.
ew, it was just all on the doorknob,
Yeah, on the knockers.
on the knockers.
Her foot
Sorry,
touched
Kelly.
something on the floor.
Glancing down, she saw an unburned taper match in a crack and picked it up. What's a taper match? Is that from
I know
a
what a
match
taper
book?
candle is. I don't know about
Not
a taper
important.
match. Maybe it's a match for a taper candle.
Okay.
Just a long wooden match.
Okay.
Maybe.
Nancy showed the long match to her father.
There you
Fuck
go.
yeah.
Stop doing this. Daddy, I'll bet the man who set the fires used one of these. It's a good guess. Nancy went on. When we go to the Rawley Banister's house, I'll hunt for taper matches. If I find any like this one, it should be pretty good proof that it was Rawley who was here. She could hardly wait for the next
Are
day
they
to come.
monogrammed?
Yes, it says RB on the wood. And it hadn't burned down that far.
It says the Crooked Bee.
It says the Crooked Bee. That's what my friends call me. She could hardly wait for the next day to come. Now that the Drews were directly involved in the mystery, Nancy was eager to start work. Although only 18, she had earned a reputation as an amateur detective by solving several cases. Among them, in italics, The Secret of the Old Clock. That was the first book.
Yeah.
The Hidden Staircase, and, most recently, The Mysterious Mannequin. That sounds awesome. What was mysterious about it?
I
don't
came to
know.
life at night and fell in love with the guy that decorated the window of the department store it was in.
And then later it starred in
It's just
Sex
an
and the
episode
City.
of Bob's Burgers.
The following morning, when the Drews and Mrs. Melody arrived at Mrs. Carrier's home, they found her pale and nervous. Though a friend who was a newspaper reporter, through a friend who was a newspaper reporter.
You're having trouble with though and through tonight.
I'm having trouble reading tonight, and I don't know why.
As am I.
I think it's the book.
Yeah, it's definitely the book's fault.
Through a friend who was a newspaper reporter, she had heard of the fires at the motel and the theft of important papers. I was sure they were yours, and I'm terribly sorry. I know you must suspect, as I do, that the arsonist was my brother Rawley. Oh, it's dreadful to have a member of one's family do disgraceful things.
She did it.
Chris.
One of her
She
Confederates.
did it.
Chris, I swear to fucking...
Write down that I think she did it.
fucking God.
All right, Chris prediction.
Kelly, I think since the last time you were on the show, Chris has
She did
predicted multiple things in multiple books, and he keeps being right.
Man.
And it's infuriating.
I was right last time, though, and it was wonderful. I got to wear the glasses.
You were right last time.
That was awesome.
It was great.
You got to wear the
it was
glasses?
Chris has gloating glasses that he gets to wear when he's right. Don't put them on. You're not right yet.
Well, no, I'm just gonna hold them up.
Show them.
Yeah, like
I won't wear them,
Oh.
but there's also multiple settings.
Okay, is there one to disassociate it from Kanye? Because that's what that makes me think of.
Oh
And-
no!
Oh
no!
Oh, you ruined it. You done gone ruined
she ruined it.
Yay! Yeah, we hate the
welcome.
glasses
You're
because we've
welcome.
never been right, except for me the last time.
it. I'm still gonna wear them the next time I'm ready.
Fine, that's fine. Again, you
We'll
hear
we'll
him
give
say the
them-
next time.
We'll give them new meaning.
Yeah. She looked pleadingly at Nancy and her father. The police have no trace of Rawley. Will you help me find him? I'm so worried that he's using an assumed name and cheating people out of money. Tears trickled down the woman's cheeks. Mrs. Melody put an arm around her old school friend. Please, don't feel so bad about this. I'm sure your brother will be found and will make amends. Yep, that's what con men do. Let's go out to his house and see if we can find something to help solve the mystery.
This is written in such a sweet, innocent way that how is she not 12 or 13?
Yeah.
How is this an 18-year-old?
I also
It's like
remember her
book
being
40
younger.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's book 48. So
is
she
it?
has to age as the series goes.
Yeah.
Look in the upper left.
In the upper left,
What does the upper left say?
Jonathan Skindle for PC2. Nancy Drew 48.
you're right. That's all the way in the upper. I was literally looking lower.
What do you think upper means?
I was looking in upper left and I was like, what is this? Library? Back? A little go to? A little, let's see, file,
You
view, go,
idiot.
tools, help. Okay.
She goes from 16 to 18.
That's it?
Yeah.
48 books? She sells a lot
Well,
of
this
fucking
says
books
Probably
a
it's like-
year.
Book 31, but then we're at, what, 48, and
Yeah.
she's still 18?
Yeah.
Probably stays at 18.
Yeah, she starts at 16.
Everyone keeps getting older and she stays the same age.
All right.
Oh. Yuck.
She looked pleadingly at Nancy and her father. I already read that. Mrs. Melody put an arm around her old school friend. Oh, I already read that too. Where the fuck did I stop reading?
I'm sure your brother will be found and will make amends. Look.
Make amends. Thank you. Let's go out to his house and see if we can find something to help solve the mystery. They set out at once for Rawley Banisters. When they reached the hilltop, the place seemed peaceful.
Rawley Banisters sounds like a chain restaurant
It does.
It does. That sells like po' boys.
Yeah.
with goofy shit on the walls.
God, like 1990s era TGI Fridays, where you just,
Or
you know,
like
were
Bennigan's.
terrified that a canoe was gonna fall on you while eating your mozzarella sticks.
Bennigan's. They
Man.
would just call it Banisters.
Man, you know,
No,
the
they
Final
started out as
Destination
calling it
movies-
Rawley Banisters, but then when they rebranded, they named it Banisters.
Just Banisters, yeah. That's the rebrand.
And that's when it tanked.
Final Destination needs to set one of their like incidents in the beginning of the movie in a
Yeah.
fucking TGI Fridays.
Or like an Outback Steakhouse, there's always big shark jaws on the wall.
yeah, they need to have like everyone at a theme restaurant where there's like license plates and a canoe and like shark teeth.
You should do that as a sketch.
Oh my god!
Right, text it to the boys.
I'll text it to the boys right now. That'd be really funny.
One of the boys is here right now. In the bright sun, the house did not appear so formidable. Mrs. Carrier took the key from her handbag and inserted it in the front door lock. She turned the knob and the heavy door swung inward. We're not skipping 1 second of detail here.
Not at all.
Just the way
I
like
kind of
it.
love it though.
The hall was dark, but daylight penetrated for a short distance. "Oh, what's that?" Mrs. Melody cried out, pulling back. All of them heard a strange whirring sound. The next instant, a weird metal figure whizzed across the hall, then went out of sight.
Fuck yes. Ooh, I can't. I'm so happy he's in it already.
Beady, 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 beady.
But in a couple of moments, it returned and shot past the collars. It just came back and scooted by again.
He was like, "Oops, overshot it."
It's a robot! Nancy exclaimed.
Fuck yeah.
He
Wait.
must be guarding the place.
Hang on. We have to pronounce it the way they did at the time.
A rabbit?
Rabbit.
They didn't know
It's a rabbit!
how to pronounce it.
The visitors hesitated to walk in, but presently the rabbit disappeared through a swinging door at the rear of the hallway. I wonder if he's coming back, Mrs. Carrier said fearfully. Rawley didn't warn me that eerie things might happen here. Eerie things like robots.
Oh my god.
Nancy was puzzled why the tape recorder at the door had not worked. Maybe the knocker sets it off. But when she rapped with it, there was no voice. Strange, she murmured. Just then the robot came through the swinging door. This time the figure on wheels stopped beside a slanting column on top of which was a coach lamp. What? I love when I say words and I don't know what's happening. I'm just saying the words.
Yeah.
Never heard of a coach lamp in my life.
I always find that the knocker usually does set it off.
Ew.
Wonderful.
With one hand, the robot turned on the lamp. The funny little mechanical man then went toward the front door and snapped on the switch for the ceiling fixture. So it's
Oh my
not
God.
like Alexa. It's
Yeah.
not like Alexa that just shoots your lights on and off. It's just a robot that goes and flicks the switch for you.
He's so
He's just like,
it's so advanced he's a robot, but it's still so technically restrictive that he has to physically turn switches on.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a robot
coach-
lighting a match, lighting a
coach
candle.
lamp. I found out what a coach lamp is.
Oh,
A coach
thank you.
lamp is,
Kelly, I love when you're on the podcast.
because I'm
You can-
constantly looking
you-
things up.
Yes, you can research while I'm reading because no one else researches while I'm reading. I research when others are reading.
I'm
Rude.
just here for
I
the
never know
journey.
what's happening when I'm reading.
Oh, fucking
That's not
mad,
true.
right?
I've looked
Go
looked
on.
things up before. They're just not important.
Anyway, so a coach lamp is literally like a lamp that's usually fixed to or carried on a stagecoach. But
Like
stylistically,
a hanging lantern.
yeah, but like stylistically, they kind of look like I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys can see like my phone right here, but like little
Okay.
cagey looking.
Oh, okay.
lamps.
That's
so
cute.
we see them a lot in
Yeah.
current
The,
design.
the lights I wish I
Yeah,
had
little
in my
cage
house.
lamp.
yeah.
Okay, let me read that again with the
Yes.
context of what that is. Okay, so a column with like a little caged lamp on it.
Yeah.
Like a hipster exposed bulb
I-
lamp like we have.
Like what we have. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
but
yeah, I
on a
like
column.
those. Yeah, cool.
Funny little mechanical man. Oh, Mrs. Carrier burst out. I can't believe it. Mr. Drew smiled. He seems harmless enough.
Famous last
Mrs.
words.
They don't know about Terminator yet. Or wait,
Yes.
not Terminator. Wait, Terminator?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's the
Terminator.
thing with Skynet? Okay.
Nailed it.
I don't know that
Really
movie that well. Cut out the part where I second guessed myself.
No, that's really funny.
Mrs. Melody pointed to a broad staircase. It was the most fantastic one any of them had ever seen.
What did the banister look like?
I don't know. We'll probably find out. It twisted and turned every few feet. Even the spindles were not upright. Some slanted forward, others backward. Winchester Mystery House!
Yes.
On the left side, the railing ended in a very attractive newel. Kelly, help me.
Oh, a newel is the thing on top of a... I know this.
Oh.
You remember Christmas Vacation when he chainsaws the thing? He goes,
the
fix the
thingy?
newel post.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the thing that's on top.
Okay. The thing that's on top, like a staircase column thing.
Yeah, it's the thing that you put your hand on when you're going upstairs.
Oh, I didn't think about that being the
I
function.
thought that was called a railing.
No, the railing is the railing, but the
It's like a
newel
big
is like the
doodad that's on top.
like a big knob, like a big It's decorative. It's a big fucking decorative.
It's a
It's
knob.
like a wooden knob, not a tarnished knob.
Yeah,
It's like a big wooden knob.
yeah. It's
Tarnished
it's a
knob,
wooden knob
tarnished
and tarnished
knockers.
knockers.
Oh my god, what is happening? The other banister stopped about 3 steps from the floor and ran into a wall.
The staircase had not been centered. The whole thing gave the entrance hallway an unbalanced look. One would almost say crooked.
What?
Just like him.
Why do you suppose your brother planned all this unusual architecture? Mr. Drew asked Mrs. Carrier. I haven't the faintest idea, she answered. As a little boy, Rawley used to build queer-looking things with his blocks, and later with metal construction toys. He made buildings, bridges, and strange cars, and planes. Mr. Drew nodded. No other reaction.
Mm-hmm. He's just
a
taking
nod.
it in. He's taking it in like we are.
That figures. This place was sort of your brother's dream house. I suppose so,
Sort of
Mrs.
like a
Carrier
Winchester
agreed.
dream house.
He wanted to see how much he could build things off balance and without them toppling over. Nancy continued to stare at the crooked staircase.
He also liked to swindle people. Like, this is such a weird, like...
What an eccentric guy.
It's really weird, like, yes and to
Yeah.
do.
Maybe he's
Well,
learned
like-
to fund his like little funhouse project.
Yeah.
What's the most indirect way to get money?
Shit.
Makes total
Wow.
sense.
I go about my life
Conceptual.
crooked.
Nancy continued to stare at the crooked staircase. Smiling, she said, "Sliding down that banister would be a terrific challenge."
Gonna get splinters all goo-ha.
I was gonna say.
What do you
good
get up
way
to
to break
in
your
your
hymen.
own time, Nancy? I certainly wouldn't want to attempt it, said Mrs. Melody. The walls of the entrance hall were papered in a gold and black floral pattern.
That sounds
There was only one picture. It hung just above the end of the unfinished banister and was a framed
You can say it.
Oriental hand-embroidered wall decoration.
Chris!
The visitors walked over to it and studied the weird design.
You can. Here's what I've learned. You can say that when it's referring to a thing,
Yeah, it's an object.
like a rug or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can. It's
still
acceptable.
don't feel right about it. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 serpents, Nancy counted, all intertwined. They look greedy and horrible.
How does a serpent look greedy?
Yes.
I can't wait to read this note next time, which will say 7 greedy, horrible serpents on a hand-embroidered wall decoration.
Yes, her father said, and each one is eating poisonous food. Some are flowers, others snakes. I recognize this plant as deadly nightshade,
Oh shit!
which
I
he's
can't wait for
familiar
all
with
of this
for some
to come
reason.
back.
Yeah, I'm writing down every detail because I'm sure it all relates, but it's also very annoying to keep writing so much.
Oh, it gets even more
seems
stupid.
disjointed.
Chekhov's nightshade.
And
Chekhov's
isn't one of
greedy
the
snakes.
serpents? And isn't one of the serpents swallowing a poisonous snake, Daddy? Nancy asked. I think it's a cottonmouth. Before anyone could answer, the callers were startled by an explosion beyond the swinging door.
What?
Okay, before anyone could answer, the callers, which instead of referring to the characters, they're the callers,
They're
were
They're
startled.
calling on the home
They've called upon the house
in the old-timey way.
Yeah.
Were
They're
startled
visitors.
by an explosion beyond the swinging door. Oh, what happened? Mrs. Melody exclaimed.
Dearie
Oh.
me. Is this me
Chris,
or would
go
Chris
on.
just finish it?
Okay. The group stood frozen. If they had rushed in to find out, would they perhaps be trapped and never get out of this weird house alive?
Let's find out now.
Chapter 3 Telltale Evidence. The visitors finally decided to find out what had happened behind the swinging door, but to do so cautiously. Mr. Drew insisted upon looking first. Carefully, he opened the door and peered inside. I guess everything's safe, he said, and motioned the others to follow him. Beyond was a large kitchen, and in the center of the floor lay the robot, its head off.
What?
Oh no.
Face off.
I
My
really hope he has a name.
My goodness, Mrs. Melody exclaimed. Is he dead? Mr. Drew smiled. At least he has been beheaded, he answered, but the rest of his body may be hot. What do you mean? Mrs. Carrier asked.
Yeah.
I would also like to know what he means.
Yeah, me too.
The lawyer explained that he did not know exactly how the robot worked. It was possible the figure was charged with electricity and should not be touched. Let's find out, Nancy suggested and began pulling out kitchen drawers.
Oh my god.
Finally, she found what she was looking for, a long-handled wooden spoon. Oh, so she's going about this the way I do the garbage disposal. Okay, got it. Perfect.
Smart.
Perfect, her father said. This is a non-conductor. We'll soon know if our little friend is hot. I don't like the use of hot.
So when he said hot, he meant like a live wire.
Yeah,
Yes.
not
Not
sexy.
just like, ow, it's hot.
Oh,
They actually make
It's hot with
It's hot with electricity. I also like how
They
they keep
actually-
referring to him as the lawyer. Go on,
I know.
Chris.
they actually make first-year electricians read this book.
to learn about
So
non-conductors.
dumb.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
it's required reading.
They also, okay, I know, I'm so sorry. They have barely reacted to the fact that there's a robot. They're just like, let's look at the clues. And meanwhile, in 2025, if I went into a house and a robot ran around
That's
turning on
all
light
I'd be able to
switches,
think about.
I'd just be like, fuck it, whoa, what's your name? Let's be friends.
I'd forget all about the Crooked Banister, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, there's a robot here.
Like,
Crime,
mystery.
what crime?
The only mystery is why I'm not talking to this robot right now.
He began poking into the neck of the robot and announced, "Here is a tape." Further exploration revealed that many wires and pulleys ran into the robot's arms and legs. Evidently, Nancy remarked, this little man was programmed to do certain things, even to warn visitors away.
Little man.
This little man. I don't like the way anyone is talking about this robot.
I don't either. This is why they're going to rise up.
Mrs. Melanie looked puzzled. But if nobody was here, how did it start? I'm not sure, Mr. Drew replied. Some robots are set off by heat, even the warmth of a human body.
Why does he know so much about
If you
robots?
cuddle a robot, it turns on.
Not a lot of people know that when you take the bar, you have to assemble
I
a
was gonna
robot.
say, that's part of law school.
It's part of law school.
Robots 101.
Others are designated to react to sound. Designed to react to sound. Although, I feel like what I said could also apply. I suspect it is sound in this case. Mrs. Carrier said, "You mean that when we came into the house, the pitch of our voices activated the robot?" "Possibly," Mr. Drew replied. Nancy took a flashlight from her purse, very well prepared, and shone it down inside the figure. "A lot of wires are broken," she said, "so we can be doubly sure this creature won't hurt us, but I do think he should be fixed. I have a hunch he's going to figure big in our mystery. Yes, Nancy, fix the robot." She opened other
He's
drawers.
on the cover, after all.
He's on the cover. She opened other drawers. All I want is for her and the robot to team up and solve mysteries from here on out. She opened other drawers and presently came upon reels of tapes marked with numbers and letters. Nancy turned to Mrs. Carrier. "Is there a good electrician in town who would come and repair the robot?" she asked. Several seconds went by before the woman replied. "Shit, Nancy, I just like the thought of bringing strangers here," she said. "But if you really feel like the robot might be a clue to the whereabouts of my brother, I'll agree. There's a very good electrician in Mountainville. I'll get in touch with him." Nancy thanked her and then suggested that they search the house. The kitchen was modern, with an outside door which had a Yale lock.
Learning a lot about house design today.
I remember Yale locks being in a bunch of Stephen King books. Like, he's always talking about Yale locks. I think it's just like a big, chunky lock that's hard to
Let's see if you're right.
hard to crack. Say what?
Let's see if you're right.
Let's see if I'm right.
I'm seeing modern ones.
Yeah,
is
so
it
am
like it's like one of those thick, like bolt locks.
Mm-hmm.
I
Thick.
had one of those in my house growing up.
Yeah.
But here's what they look like now. Just a fucking keypad.
Of course
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, you just hack them now.
I'm in.
I hope we don't... Literally. "I hope we don't have any more scares," Mrs. Melody said. On one side of the center hall, in back of a den, was the dining room with a crudely made but symmetrical furniture. Its walls contained several paintings, all of queer-looking undersea creatures, some with long tentacles. Hentai. The living room was on the opposite side of the hall. It was furnished with ultra-modern pieces and had a large, convex bookcase on the hall side. As the group mounted the zigzag steps to the second floor...
Convex bookcase?
Yeah.
Jutting out?
That house is fucking crazy!
It is crazy.
As the group mounted the zigzag steps to the second floor, Nancy and Mrs. Melody began to giggle. The woman said, "This is like climbing a stony mountain trail that twists and turns every few feet. I feel like a little goat."
The bedrooms and a study proved to be comfortable, but filled with weird and ghoulish silver figurines.
No.
In the room where Rawley apparently slept, the bed had a high peak under the middle of the spread.
Is it like...
I don't know, I'm trying to process that information.
What's that called where you got, fabric?
I think it's called
yeah.
pitching a tent.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, Christopher.
Mrs. Melody remarked, "Sally, do you suppose your brother slept with his legs draped over that barrier?" What?
What?
I didn't know if you were confused about the Sally part.
I was confused about his sleeping with his
I know,
leg.
I don't understand what is happening at all.
Okay.
He's tall enough to, Mrs. Carrier answered. What?
Okay. I don't know. Keep going. Maybe they explain it.
Nancy examined the bed and found that it contained a jointed mattress which could be moved electrically. Yeah, that's answering questions.
Okay.
She pushed one of the control buttons and the mattress descended to a flat position.
So it's a hospital bed.
Okay. I guess when it said high peak, I was picturing like the Washington Monument coming out of the middle of a bed, not just like a mattress that's folded like this. I was picturing just like straight up.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
No.
God. This book's making me crazy.
It looked like Kilimanjaro.
That looks better, Mrs. Carrier said, while the others gazed at the ultra-modern etchings on the walls, which I want to hear more about. Please tell me. Nancy walked over to a fireplace which looked as if it had been used frequently.
Honestly, that's not a bad way to sleep. Like, I sleep with a pillow under my knees.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like, good job,
We
Rawley.
can get one of those old people mattresses that fold up in ways.
I don't want to.
Okay. While the others gazed...
I don't
I
wanna
did
be
that
that.
already. You don't want to be that old.
I don't want to be that old.
Ashes and half-burned logs lay just inside the hearth. A slender, rounded brass box stood at its edge. Nancy opened it and gasped. Inside were a dozen taper matches that looked like the one she had found on the balcony of the motel.
Gasp!
Ah!
What if the robot did it?
He
What if-
likes lighting things.
what if
That's all we know about him. He likes lighting things and his head falls off.
That's all we know.
It's all we know. Not wishing to upset Mrs. Carrier, Nancy went over to her father, took his hand, and unobtrusively guided him to the brass box. Then she walked back to the other two women. My eyes jumped to the next sentence and I got confused. Mr. Drew lifted the lid and gave Nancy a knowing look as he closed it. A few minutes later, Mrs. Carrier and Mrs. Melody left the room and went downstairs. The Drews discussed the clue of the taper match. It certainly seems to indicate that Rawley set the fires and stole the papers, Mr. Drew stated. To make sure, said Nancy, I'll take one of these fireplace matches along and compare it with the match I have at the motel. Why wouldn't she have brought the match with her to this place?
Right?
When she and her father joined the two women at the foot of the crooked stairway, Mrs. Carrier said she was worried about leaving the property unguarded. There's a lot of valuable artwork and silver pieces in the house. What do you think I should do, Mr. Drew?
Is her dad always with her on a mystery?
No.
I have no idea.
Sometimes it's like her little besties.
Oh, right. You said she has a friend named George.
Yeah, she's two girlfriends who usually often accompany her. The other one has a regular girl named Bess. I want to say it's Bess and George, I think, are her friends.
I wonder if they'll come up. Or
But
if it's
they're
just
out
her
of
and-
town,
Or if it's just
so-
her and Daddy.
Their
Nancy
summer
and
knits
Daddy
are
adventure.
vacationing in
Nancy and
Nantucket.
Daddy adventure. Sorry.
The lawyers suggested a watchman. They found a telephone and directory in the kitchen and looked up the name of an employment agency in Mountainville.
But can't they just lock the door?
Yeah.
Didn't they? Wasn't it already empty
It was
without
locked.
them there?
They couldn't get in.
Yeah, just fucking lock the door.
As Mrs. Carrier dialed the number, she gazed at the headless robot and remarked, "That thing gives me the creeps. Hello, Tepper Employment Agency?"
Keep going.
Yes, Frank Furness speaking. Mrs. Carrier gave the address of Rawley Banister's house and said she would like to hire a watchman to guard the place day and night. "I'll call you back," Mr. Furness said, "after I contact some names on our list." Shit, do we even have watchmen on our list? 20 minutes later, the phone rang. "I'm sorry, madam, but I couldn't find anyone to help you out. You know, that place has a reputation of being a crazy house. The men I asked said they wouldn't go there for $1 million.
Have you
He hung
considered
up.
locking the door?
And he just hung up.
Fuck
And Mrs. Carrier, you fucking crazy. The Twisted Banister house? What's wrong with you?
I hear there's a robot in there.
We don't fucks with no robots. When Mrs. Carrier repeated the conversation, Nancy smiled. "Don't worry. If guards are afraid to come here, I'm sure burglars would be too." "I hope you're right," Mrs. Carrier said with a deep sigh. "I suppose we may as well leave." The front door was securely locked and the visitors walked to Nancy's car, almost making you think maybe that whole exchange shouldn't have even happened. Mr. Drew slid into the driver's seat. Nancy sat next to him. On the way back to town, he said, "Mrs. Melody and I must leave directly after lunch. We have business to attend to."
Sexy business?
Nancy was disappointed. She had just become involved in the baffling mystery, and now she must give it up. To her surprise, Mr. Drew said, "Nancy, if you're willing to stay here, I'd like you to continue work on the case." The young sleuth's eyes lighted up. "Daddy, that's terrific! You know I'll do my best." "Not so fast," her father said, patting Nancy on the shoulder. "There's one big condition that goes with this." "What is it, Daddy?" Mr. Drew said he would like Nancy to call her friends Bess and George
Bess
to
and
see if they
George!
could
Yes.
come and stay with her.
Hell yeah.
If they
Looks awesome.
If they can't, you'll have to return home with me. Bess Marvin and George Fane were cousins.
Bess Marvin? I'm so sorry.
What is Bess short for?
Elizabeth, usually.
Oh,
Bessany?
Bethany. I've heard Betty for Elizabeth.
There's a
Yeah.
lot. Liz, Beth, Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elizabeth gives you a lot of options for nicknames.
It's like Margaret is also like Peggy. Like there's just some that like sometimes
Peggy
they're
Or
and
really
Midge.
like
yeah.
rasping.
Big fan of Midge.
Like, Dick from Richard makes no fucking sense.
Nope.
Jack from John
Jack from
makes
John
no sense.
makes
It's
no
the same amount of letters.
goddamn sense. I hate that one so much. Bess Marvin's awesome. Sorry. That's just...
I bet she's got to be the muscle.
yes.
Like, you know, she's beefy
She's
and she's
beefy.
ready to fucking throw down.
If this was the 90s, she'd like play what's the sport I'm thinking of, like softball or something. Like a field sport.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of sports involve a field.
Hey,
I was
guess
thinking
what?
like shot putting.
I didn't play them. I don't know if you can tell by everything
How hard
about
it was
me
for you to
about
think of the word softball.
about everything about me. I don't know shit about sports.
Is it your translucent skin or
No, that's my Icelandic heritage, you piece of shit. Also, the sun's gross.
Okay.
The two girls had been friends of Nancy's for many years. They
Oh,
often
they were cousins. Sorry, I missed that in
Oh.
how much we were talking stuff. Okay, Bess
Yes.
and George are cousins.
Oh, okay.
They often accompanied her when she was working on mysteries and always proved to be of great help. After dropping Mrs. Carrier at her home, the Drews and Mrs. Melody returned to the motel. Nancy immediately phoned George and asked if she and Bess could spend a few days with her in Mountainville to solve a mystery. Nancy mentioned the motel fire. "If you girls can come, please call Hannah and have her pack a suitcase of clothes for me. My summer knits are fucked."
Dashed to bits.
George said she would do this and let Nancy know the plans. During lunch, she received a call from George saying she and Bess could come. They were getting a ride with a relative who would pass through Mountainville about 5 o'clock. Nancy told her father the good news. He wished the three girls luck and added with a chuckle, "Mrs. Melody, I always give Nancy hard assignments and always with great confidence that she will come up with the right answers." He smiled affectionately at his daughter. Is he paying her?
I don't think so.
He's giving her room and board.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
He's paying her an
That's just
experience.
what a dad does.
Yeah, but she's 18 now. He's not responsible anymore.
Not technically.
Yeah, not technically, but he's also
Unless
a lawyer,
he's a
so
dick.
technically is how he thinks.
It's true.
Nancy smiled back, though she did not feel confident about solving this mystery. She had been given the difficult task of learning the whereabouts of a man who had not only disappeared, but had left behind a frightening robot.
Oh, he's harmless.
Yeah,
he's
his
not
head's
even.
gone.
Oh my god.
Not even functional right now.
She drove her father and Mrs. Melody to a bus stop directly after lunch, and then went on a shopping tour to look at fall clothes. If she were going
Why
to
did
stay...
she? Kelly. Kelly.
Fall clothes, but she packed summer knits.
Well, I mean, she told her friend to bring clothes,
Yes,
but then
that's what I
she's
was
going
thinking.
shopping.
Oh my god.
Girls
Fucking rich people.
do be shopping, as they say. If she were going to stay
Detectives
in
be
Mountainville,
shopping.
if she were going to stay in Mountainville for some time, there might be cool days. For a while.
Is she planning a multi-season
mean,
investigation?
I would
asked
think a place
George
like
to bring
Mountainville.
2 suitcases.
Yeah.
Jesus
She's not
Christ.
I'll be
flying.
taking
She
my
doesn't
fall
have to
wardrobe
fit
home with
things
me.
into a carry-on. Just tell her to load up the back seat.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to solve a mystery looking poorly?
Absolutely not.
No.
50% of solving a mystery is how you look.
Exactly.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
For a while, Nancy's mind was taken completely off the mystery as she tried on sports suits. She decided to purchase a tan suit, hashtag
no.
Obama,
Oh.
and then bought shoes to match. Later, Nancy
The
stopped.
highest of sins.
Later, Nancy stopped at the police station and the firehouse to inquire if there was any new information on Rawley Banister or the person.
Whoops.
You were holding it like you
I
were
was.
gonna swipe.
I don't know what I was
Dropping the
doing.
ball.
I was dropping the ball. I'm so engrossed.
Or the person who had set the 3 blazes at the motel.
In each case, the answer was no. Leaving the firehouse, Nancy looked at her wristwatch. She still had plenty of time before Bess and George would arrive and decided to walk back leisurely to the motel. As she gazed into an art shop window, a man's voice behind her said, "Hello, Nancy Drew!" She turned to face a stranger. Nancy was sure she had never seen him before. "I guess you don't remember me," said the tall, thin man with a rather pinched face. Wrong voice for that.
It's great.
He
Keep
was
it
in his
going.
30s, Nancy judged, and the thought also ran through her mind that he could use a good meal. He laughed and said,
Damn.
"I met you at Emerson College, where I used to teach. I'm Clyde Mead."
That's a great
Like,
name.
did you name him?
Apparently.
I don't know if I need to write this down or not.
I don't know. Let's wait and see if it does anything. Still, Nancy could not remember him. What is she? Me? Emerson
Oh, no.
was the school her friend... No.
Oh, no.
No. You must hear me say this.
Say it.
Emerson was the school her friend Ned Nickerson attended. And she had been to many football games and house parties there. Damn, she partied. She tried her best to recall the man, but failed. You're not at college now? She asked. No! What do you do? I'm a professional fundraiser. At present, I'm working on an appeal you'll certainly be interested in. The longer the man talked, the more suspicious Nancy became of his former connection with Emerson College and of his sincerity. She decided to get away from him as quickly as possible. That's the end of the chapter.
Okay. He just sounds very boring. And this chapter thinks so too. Chapter 4, The Annoying Salesman.
Ned?
Oh my god, it's like Ned Ryerson. Fucking Ned Nickerson.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Oops, I went too far.
What are the chances that Harold Ramis is a big Nancy Drew fan?
Well, we can't
my
ask
God.
him.
Oh.
Eh?
R.I.P.
You can find a Ouija board.
Determined to end the conversation, I do have a tiny Ouija board in my office. A little teeny tiny one.
Aw.
Determined to end the conversation, Nancy turned and said to Mr. Mead,
As any woman would be.
yes, I must go back to the motel now. She looked at her watch. I'm expecting friends soon. Nancy's hopes of getting rid of the man vanished. Taking her arm and smiling most ingratiatingly, he said, let me take you there. I'm so glad I ran into you again. He's being a real Ned Ryerson.
Mm-hmm.
Not wishing to make a scene on the street, Nancy allowed, but that's where you're supposed to make a scene, so people can help you,
Yeah.
Nancy.
Don't go to a second location with Ned.
Yeah. Nancy allowed Mr. Mead to accompany her, but casually shook off his hand. When they reached the motel, he walked into the lobby with her. Oh, good, he said. They're serving tea. Suppose you and I sit down and have some. I know you'll be interested in what I'm doing. I'll tell you about it. Have you ever been on an Indian reservation?
Gasp.
Gasp!
Do
It's
motels serve tea?
Probably in old-timey times.
Or have lobbies?
It's Rawley.
Yes?
That sounds
Yes,
like a hotel.
It is Rawley. Chris is focused on the wrong point.
Sorry.
But it's definitely Rawley. Don't you be sorry. Chris, this is old-timey times. Everything was fancier and had nicer accommodations.
Chris, listen to the way they talk. They pronounce robot.
I'm having trouble.
Man, I should have written stuff down already. Yes, she said. She has been on an Indian reservation. Then you know that many of the Indians make only a bare living from farming, and their children lack many comforts in life. Though concerned about the plight of the Indians, Nancy was exasperated by the man's aggressive manner, as are we all.
Mm-hmm.
Just as she decided that the only way to get rid of Mr. Mead was to go to her room, he summoned... God, don't let him see your room number, Nancy!
No.
He summoned a waitress and ordered 2 cups of tea and a plate of cookies. The young detective's face reddened in anger.
A
What?
plate of okay, go on.
I don't know.
It's fine.
The young detective's face reddened in anger, but again she did not want to call attention to herself and reluctantly sat down. Too polite.
Yeah.
Once more she looked at her watch. If only Bess and George would come and free her from this man. There was still half an hour before they would arrive. Mr. Mead said, my sympathy for the children on the reservations was aroused during a recent trip out west. The poor little ones need so many things. Clothing, books, games, toys, and even food.
Sympathy was
He
aroused,
pulled-
huh?
He pulled a pamphlet from his pocket.
What?
Distress and poverty were shown in a series of pictures. Aren't they pathetic? He asked. Miss Drew, surely you can't refuse to help them. I know a fine little fellow who could use some money from you to buy clothes and food.
The perfect voice for him.
Nancy was touched by the depressing pictures, but did not reply. As she looked off into space...
Just AI, Nancy.
As she looked off into space, she was relieved to see Bess and George coming through the front door. Nancy jumped up, saying, Excuse me, Mr. Mead, my friends have arrived. She rushed over to the 2 girls and hugged them. Bess, blonde and pretty, was slightly plump. That's not necessary. George, slender and athletic
Wait,
looking.
I'm still writing notes from before. I can't write their descriptions.
Bess, blonde and pretty, was slightly plump. George, slender and athletic looking, enjoyed her boyish name. She was too attractive and had short black hair.
Too attractive.
All right.
She
she's
too
bi.
was attractive. Everyone's hot. That's the Nancy Drew universe.
Wait, she too was attractive, or she was too attractive?
She too
Well, no,
was attractive.
She, too, was
Okay.
attractive.
I'm ad-libbing nothing. George, slender and athletic looking, enjoyed her boyish name. She too was
She does
attractive and had short black hair. You made good time, Nancy exclaimed. Not much traffic, Bess replied. My aunt knew a shortcut, and here we are. Nancy had not noticed that Clyde Mead had followed her. Bess and George looked at Nancy in surprise. The man did not wait for an introduction. He put out his hand. You girls are friends of Nancy Drew? He asked. I'm so glad to meet you. The name is Clyde Mead, but just call me Clyde. Thinking that Nancy had accepted his friendship, the cousins shook hands cordially. Nancy was even more angry with him now. Ignoring Meade, she asked Bess and George to register, then led the way to the room the three girls would share. When they were inside, Bess asked,
That's hard.
Who's your new flame?
Ew.
Nancy told them how the two had met. Well, I don't know who is speaking, but maybe Clyde Mead is working for a good cause.
Nancy.
But he's the most annoying man I've ever known. It would please me if I never see him again.
You need to start threatening him more. That'll help.
Tell it, Nancy.
Traumatize them back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why, Nancy, George said. I haven't seen you this mad in a long time. Tell us all about him, where he's from and everything. When Nancy had finished, George said, I don't blame you for being suspicious. He doesn't seem like the professor type. Let's forget him. We want to hear all about the mystery you're working on. Nancy told her friends how the Melodies had been swindled, then went on to describe Rawley Banister's mysterious house with the robot guard, the amazingly crooked staircase, and the bizarre serpent picture. It's just the crazy.
How the Melodies had been swindled was my Decemberist cover band.
Did you rhyme pistol with whistle? More than once?
Of course.
Okay, just checking.
And swindle.
Good.
It's the craziest place I've ever heard of, George remarked. Just the same, I can hardly wait to see it. Beth said she was not so sure she wanted to go inside the house. It sounds spooky and dangerous. That robot may have more tricks up his sleeve. Robots don't have sleeves. Nancy laughs. Not until he gets his wires fixed and his head back on. She added that Mrs. Carrier was going to find an electrician to repair the robot. I'd like to be there to see what happens, she said. How about going out to the house tomorrow morning?
Me too. I'd like to see this electrician go, what do you want me to fucking do?
I've never seen a robot in my life.
Yeah.
I install ceiling fans.
Do you know how advanced this shit is?
Did we pick the
This
book
is
where
1940.
Nancy Drew jumps the shark?
I hope
It goes
so.
on for 30 more years.
I was just gonna say. Just like Weezer.
Sad but true.
Great, George replied. Beth said nothing, but was thinking, I just knew if I came up here, Nancy would be working on something horrendous. Aloud, she remarked, We'd better watch our step in that crazy place. Rawley Banister may have cooked up other things besides the robot. Nancy spoke of the moat surrounding the house and the story that at times the water in it actually burned.
I already forgot of the moat.
This place is so fucked up.
I love it.
George laughed. I don't believe a word of that legend. The girls dressed for dinner and went downstairs to the pleasant dining room. They were able to get a table in a far corner. Nancy had requested that location to avoid any encounter with Clyde Mead.
Good, smart.
The three had just ordered when, to her dismay, she saw him coming toward.
Ugh.
We're talking about a
Stab
hotel.
him, Nancy. Stab
Hide
him.
Good evening, he said pleasantly, and pulled out a chair. You don't mind if I eat with you? It's such a bore having dinner alone. Don't you agree? None of them fucking answered. The waitress took his order, and then he began to talk once more about the Indian children he had met, not reading the room. Many of them are extremely bright, he said. Given half a chance to further their education, they might become brilliant scholars, doctors, or engineers. Within a short time, Nancy and George became bored with Mr. Meade's repetitious conversation, but Bess was fascinated by it. She let her dessert go uneaten. In desperation.
But she's the plump one.
Oh,
say,
Bess!
That feels like
But she's always eating
a
dessert.
fat jab.
Yeah.
That's a fat jab. In desperation, Nancy changed the subject. Mr. Meade, have you ever seen or heard of the unusual house near here owned by Mr. Rawley Banister? No, I haven't. Would you show it to me?
Not a
Nancy
second
was
location.
firm in her answer. I'm sorry, but we wouldn't have the time. We'll be busy every single minute during our stay in Mountainville.
I know.
Kindly fuck off! When the meal was over, the four walked out of the dining room. Nancy and George led the way. Mr. Meade accompanied Bess, walking a little distance behind the others. When they reached the lobby, Bess announced that she was going to her room for a minute. Where shall I meet you girls?
In hell.
George replied, in the gift shop. She had chosen this place thinking Clyde Meade would not follow her and Nancy. She was right. He walked off in another direction. Nancy and George went into the shop and wandered around. It was nearly 15...
You left Bess alone with him?
No, Bess went back to her room.
Oh.
It said Bess went back to her
Came
room
back
for
with
a
a
minute.
gun.
Yeah. It was nearly 15 minutes later when Bess joined them. Sorry I took so long, she said. George grinned. I thought maybe you'd gone off to some Indian reservation with Mr. Clyde Meade.
I just like that the voice we picked for him
Yeah.
fits. There's no other way to read what he's saying
There-
while interacting with these girls.
There's none.
It's like, no, that's just how it comes off.
That's how it's yep.
Do you know how long we're reading? Or what we're reading to? We're on page 35 out of 180.
We have been reading for a little less than an hour. So
And we're at 22%
Are
of
you
the
sure?
book.
We
Wait.
started at 6:30.
Oh shit!
It's
Hang
been
on.
like 2 hours.
Hang on. I'm wrong. That makes way more sense. We can read to the end of this chapter. How's that?
Probably
Sounds
good.
good.
I don't know how long the chapters are.
How's that sound to our guests? Our
Good
guests.
for me.
Fine and dandy.
Cool.
Okay. Bess made a wry face at her cousin, then asked, "Have you bought anything?" "Not yet," George replied. "You're the big shopper of this threesome." "Well, tonight I'm not,"
Stop
Bess
saying
replied. George asked if Bess felt ill. "That's the only way a woman wouldn't want to shop." "Of course not," she said. "To tell the truth, I can't get those poor Indian
Is it your
children out of my
menses?"
mind. It's the white guilt.
Oh God!
George looked at her cousin sternly. "Forget that man and his Indians. How do we know he's on the level?"
Get that man and his Indians.
Bess did not reply. She waited patiently while Nancy and George bought neckties as gifts for their fathers.
What the fuck?
As one would
Fuck,
do.
I love this book.
Oh. Then the three went to their room. At once, Nancy said, "Want to see a real clue I picked up here last night in connection with the mystery?" "Sure do," George replied. Bess said nothing. She still feels ill. Nancy opened a dresser drawer and took out 2 taper matches. Holding one in each hand, she measured them, turned and twisted each, and finally said, "They're identical." George commented, "Okay, they're identical. Just what does that mean?" "I found one near the fire. The other is from Rawley Banister's house," Nancy replied. "It's possible he brought some matches from his home and used them to set the fires in the rooms Dad and Mrs. Melody and I had, but lost one in a crack on the balcony." Bess and George gasped in astonishment. Just then the telephone rang. Nancy picked it up. A man at the other end asked, "Miss Drew?" "Yes." The deep voice continued, "This is Mr. Banister." Oh, that was the end of the chapter.
Wow. I love it. I am pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. I think it's fun to read something so old-timey.
Antiquated.
Antiquated, that's the word. Thank you.
Yeah. That's honestly, like, this is best case scenario. Like, that's what I was kind of hoping is... I knew it wasn't... Look, we knew this wasn't going to be, you know...
It's not going to be Christopher Pike
yeah.
or Animorphs level insane.
This wasn't going to be 90s level insanity, but I was hoping it would be...
90s level insanity.
But I was hoping it would be, like, maybe, you know, 50s level insanity. And it's not disappointing so far with its weird, you know, outdated views on things.
Everything.
Everything. Oh, man. Kelly, what did you think about diving back into Nancy Drew after so many years?
Sometimes I wish I could go back and look at, like, my childhood books from a below grade level lens, because I don't remember being as amused. Mm-hmm. Back then, I was just like, these girls are silly. Where's my old Belgian man?
I have an important note about this book.
Oh, okay.
This book was published in 1971. Not 1940.
That seems...
Not near 1940.
That seems too late.
1971.
So, one of the way later ones.
But, I mean, I guess they write her as the same age, so they keep that tone, maybe?
I guess.
And the technology, maybe, except for the robot?
Oh, yeah. I was figuring, like, these books started in 1930. I was like, this is definitely... I know this isn't, like, 1930s. I was thinking 50s, honestly. That's what I was thinking was 1950s.
You're wrong.
No, I'm off by 20 years. Yes. Wow.
Kelly, did you remember any of this from reading it before?
Nope. Nothing
Cool.
Ring a bell. I know I had this one, though. I remember the title and the book cover, but no, I got nothing.
Yeah.
I was really, as like Chris was guessing, I was like, I wonder if something will come to me and I can confirm or deny. I can neither confirm nor deny any of Chris's allegations.
Well, thank you for picking this book, because I think it's a winner. And I'm very excited to keep reading it and find out what the fuck happened and who the... I don't know. Like...
Who the bad guy is, I think we know. Yeah.
I already said who the bad guy is.
They know who swindled them.
Sister.
That's the thing. Chris thinks it's the sister.
Oh,
The thing is like, they have too many, like, suspicions about this Rawley guy up front. And in, like, a lot of other mystery media, that means that there's a misdirection. Rawley is being set up.
Yes.
We
just watched the first episode of Poker Face Season 2.
It's
never who you suspect.
Good.
It's never who you suspect. Oh, God. I've been waiting for, like, the whole season to finish before I start Poker Face.
So
and, like, all of the whole, like, oh, my brother is so horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's her.
She's laying
it's
it
her.
on a little thick.
I bet she's
so thick.
She's the Crooked Banister.
I bet she... Oh, shit. First of all, didn't think of that.
And that's his joke. It's like, yeah, I'm the Crooked Banister, but really it's fucking you, Shirley, or whatever the fuck her name is.
One just likes sideways architecture, and
Sally.
the other person likes murder and extortion.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have a fun house.
She just wants a whimsical house.
I'm just an eccentric. She's an arsonist.
She's swindling people out of money.
I bet she used the robot to light the fire.
I can't wait to find out what his name is. He's got to have a name, right?
He has to have a name. I'm mad that he didn't talk
really
this whole
dumb.
episode except for probably that one little part where Kelly did it.
Yeah. I can't wait for him to
Through
talk
a door.
more and have a head on his body.
Oh my god, me too. I can't wait for an electrician to show up and fix the robot.
She's like, oh, yeah,
Kelly.
I fixed one of these on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Kelly,
this is
how
nothing.
do you feel about coming back for the penultimate episode of this book? Because, of course, John Walker's going to close it.
Of course.
He's our
yeah, why
closer.
not? Why not? I would
But,
honestly love to... Usually what happens, I usually retain media a lot longer, and so normally, like, you know, something can jog my memory, but so far I'm jogless, so I would love to kind of return to this and figure out if I remember anything.
It can be your reward for having read so many Animorphs with us.
I do feel like I've earned this.
Yeah.
I'm voting right now that Kelly should be the penultimate episode.
I like that.
Before we
that works
bring
for
in the
me.
closer.
Yeah.
Yay.
We've talked about doing that before. We tried to do that before with Clint, and it didn't work out schedule-wise. But yeah, let's make it happen. This is awesome. I love it. Chris, Bekah, do you have any thoughts on this new book that we started?
I love it.
Good.
It's weird. Everyone talks so weird, and I love it so much. It's enjoyable to read, even when I don't know what I'm saying while I'm reading it. Having a great
Part
time.
of what I enjoy about it is that it just seems like this book has tripped Jonathan up more than any other.
Oh yeah, you struggled.
It really has.
Having
a hard time.
He just like sees a sentence and he gets halfway through and he's just like,
Nope. Brain's bad.
And I enjoy that. I don't know if the listener does, but like I fucking love it, and it makes me laugh. And I usually mute my mic so I'm not laughing while he's trying to read. And I'm loving that. I also love that it doesn't really require a lot of ad-libbing. That's the thing I love about it. It's already ridiculous on its own.
Yeah.
But also, it's written in such a way to where, even though we started off with a bunch of tangents, we're not really going off on them a whole bunch.
Oh yeah, it's a mystery. I love a mystery.
Yeah.
I want to know what
But
happened.
also, I want to know if I'm right.
I also want to know that, just because I'm mad about it all the time.
One of these days, those glasses are going to get snapped. You keep gloating, Chris.
Yeah.
But he's so far away. He's through Zoom. I can't do anything.
It's been so many times.
But the
at
last
this
time
point
he was here and I got to wear them.
That's true.
Yeah.
That did pay off.
Yeah.
Becca's right.
Bekah was right. I was so close. Oh, so close to being right. So mad. Kelly, what would you like to plug for anyone listening to this? This is going to come out in like 2-ish weeks, probably, if that helps. For now.
Well, I guess CD Breeds is potentially getting the band back together. We're exploring some themes for a new episode. And I guess just given the current state of things, pharmaceuticals.
Hey!
Stimulants, Klonopin, whatever you need.
Love it.
We
And
love
you can provide them,
medication
or-
in this house.
Medication's wonderful. It's great.
Treat
Yes.
yourself and your mental illnesses.
There's no stigma. Do what you got to do.
Yeah. 100%.
Or do them for fun, too. Who gives a shit?
Or for fun. You know what? It's, everything's...
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
It doesn't
Do it
matter
full
anymore.
stop.
Do what you want.
Nope.
Chris, what would you like to plug?
I would love to plug The Sketchy Show, a comedic sketch comedy improvisational adventure that we would like to invite you on.
I love it. It gets so good. I love it. Sketchy Show is great, and there's a new episode coming out soon. Hopefully before this one.
And it involves me, Jonathan Eaton, and John Walker, who is our closer on this show, and sometimes
Is Kelly
Bekah.
on the most recent episode?
The most recent
Kelly's
episode
on there quite a bit.
does
Solid clip
feature...
with Kelly on it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we stop recording.
It's really good
But
shit.
that sounds like
and,
she's in trouble.
No. I don't want to get into it because it's good. All I want to do is gush about it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's gonna be good. If I'm hoping that comes out soon. So if you're listening to this, it probably just came out. So look up the Sketchy Show, and
It's just a really good time, and it won't take up much of your time. Just check it out.
And I'd like to plug my other show, Casting Dreams, which is a Dreamcast podcast. Season 1 is out. You can listen to all 10 episodes of that, and we are working on Season 2. That's going to come out sometime later this year. We're going to talk about 10 more Dreamcast games. It's me and my friend Patrick Anderson. We like to talk about retro games, and there's actually a special episode of that coming out sometime, I don't know when, where we just kind of talk about, Bekah and Chris are going to be our guests on that episode. We just talk about what we're playing, and it's all video games. All video games all the time, baby! Good stuff. Thank you so much for listening to this below grade level. You can follow Cactus Rodeo on Facebook and YouTube, and you can follow Below Grade Level on Instagram and TikTok. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about Nancy Drew, and let us know if you have any recommendations for books. I've got a couple of recommendations in the can that we'll get to at some point, because we're always looking for new stuff to read, because this stuff is So much fun to do. Thanks for listening. Come back next time to find out what happens with Nancy Drew and the Crooked Banister. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Below Grade Level is a Cactus Rodeo production. You can subscribe to and follow Below Grade Level on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you find podcasts. Contact us at podcast@cactusrodeo.com and discover more of what Cactus Rodeo has to offer on Facebook and YouTube.